Hello and welcome to the Stitch with Love podcast. I believe this is episode 44, but I can't remember exactly. If you are new here, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. If you are not new, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. My name is Shannon. I am a knitter and a crocheter living in Palmerston North, New Zealand. I live with my husband John and our cat Ash. This week has been, I would say, a productive knitting week. It's been good. So I have another finished object actually. So I'm gonna get right into this because I turned my aircon off because it was noisy, and now I feel very, very warm. It's October, almost November, so November on Tuesday, so because today is the 30th, Sunday the 30th of October, and we're already at like 20 degrees Celsius temperatures, and it's feeling rather warm, so that aircon is going to have to go back on soon. So we'll get started. First finished object has not been blocked. I think this is just a continuous thing with me and not having them blocked by the time the podcast happens, but you know. This is, again, looks a little bit funny, the shape, because it's not blocked. This is the Love Note by Tin Can Knits. Where my little teacup is where I was at the end of last week. So I've finished that little bit on the sleeve, so the cuff basically, and then finish the top. This is going to be a Christmas present for my niece, so it will need to be blocked and then ends trimmed because I've woven in the ends. Oh, that looks funny. Oops. Woven in the ends, and so then I just need to trim the ends and wrap it once it's blocked and dry. I don't have the skein. I used Stylecraft Special DK in Parma Violet, that's the colour, and I used the recommended needle size for this. So yeah, that is now done, which I'm very excited about. Set my little teacup out of that in a moment. Moving on to works in progress. I do have some stuff that I've cast on because, sorry, hold on. Thirsty, because I was getting a little bit bored. Like, I love what I'm working on, I do, but I had major castonitis, so there is some new things. This is going to be another Christmas present. This one is for one of my nephews. I have several nephews. There's not much. It's just what I've done today. This will be the Ankers sweater by PetiteKnit, and I'm using the ball band. Horizon by Hobbii. Hobbii. This is 100% acrylic, 200 grams, about 550 meters. And I can't remember what the colour is, it just says colour number 04. There is an actual colour to it, but can't remember what it is. That's what it looks like. I've had this for a couple of years now. So, it's being knit up into a little jumper. Oh. Yeah, little, he's 8. So like not tiny, but small. Smaller than an adult. I'm using the recommended needle size. I'm using my Licker needles. So I thought I heard something scream. I did, it's the neighbour's kids. I'm using the recommended needle size. What is going on? Sorry if you can hear that. I don't know what's happening. No idea. They're building and moving, so there's a lot happening in their life. Anyway, recommended needle size 4mm needles. That's really distracting. And the stitch marker is from Mamawooling. So yeah, this is now going to live in the project bag that the Love Note used to live in, and this is by Little Black Hen, and I picked it up from. Oh, there's a needle in there. Whoops. Picked it up from Team Manawa Fibre Fest at the beginning of this month. So, relatively new project bag in my collection. Go in there. Got a really long tail. I majorly overestimated how long I needed the tail, but that's okay. Next thing, we'll do this one. This is in a bag from Knitbits. I picked this up last year, Capital Fibre Fest. This is my Kiro. I'm still chugging away on this. It's an extra needle. The other size that I need. And I'm trusted. Love that. So I haven't knit on this one as much. So again, where my little teapot is where I was last week. So I've done, what, maybe 10 centimeters on the sleeve. Most of this was actually, like, I actually knit a large portion of this when I was on a work training, because most of the work training was just sit there and listen, and I was bored, and I didn't have my camera on because I didn't have to. Oh, there's a bug on me. Sorry, I felt something crawling on my leg. Ugh. Anyway, so I just knit away on this in between taking notes. It was great. But because I have been focused on other things like the MKAL, which I will get to, not too much, but we do have a complete sleeve here, half a sleeve here, so we're getting very close. This yarn, I remember what the contrast colour is now. So both yarns are Mamawooling Plush Fingering. The contrast colour is called Central. For whatever reason, the last 2 weeks I could not remember it. Central. And then the main colour, which is this one here, this variegated one, is Secret Garden. I'm using, again, recommended needle size 3.75mm for this. I am very tangled up. My gosh, my yarn cake's it. Big old mess. Try and get this nicely back in the bag so that I don't lose any stitches, preferably. And then this is my ribbing needle, which is, I think, a 3.25. Yes. Knitpicks don't write their sizes on their needles, so I couldn't have a look. But yes, I think, pretty sure it's 3.25. Should we do a sock? This is kind of my out and about on the go knitting. I've not done much on this. I have kitchened the last one, so I guess that's considered a finished object, or half object, because it's actually kitchened and off the needles now. Last week it was not. This week I have like the first 8 rows of a cuff. So not very much. Yeah, but slow process. Socks seem to take me a while because they're not normally my main project, so they're kind of just like my mobile knitting, so they don't get as much love normally. And so there's that. These are Chalgu 2.25mm needles. The yarn is by Style Studio 54. She's based on in the West Coast, on the West Coast of New Zealand and the South Island. So yeah, that's the colourway there. And this bag is by Knitbits as well. And it's one of the Japanese knot bags, which, yeah, very handy. I really like this bag. Okay, we'll do a couple of new cast-ons and then we'll do MKAL. So, new cast-ons. In my Harry Potter Marauders map bag by InStitches. I started this, but I think I'm actually going to rip back, and I'll explain why. So, started a sock, another sock. This is for my brother-in-law. This yarn is Prosper Yarn Rubber Sole. Oh, what? That makes no sense. Prosper Yarn is her 4-ply sock base. And no, I don't know what the actual base is called. So 4-ply sock base, and the colorway is Rubber Sole. So it's looking a bit more purple on camera. It's more grey, like blue grey. But I started knitting this as I would do a normal sock. But I think I'm actually going to rip this back and knit the whole sock 2x2 rib. Because then if the sizing's a little bit meh, it will cinch in. So I think I'm going to do that. So this might get ripped out and start again. But I've only done like 3 rounds, so it's okay. These are the Knit Pro, the new Mindful collection. I picked them up last week because I wanted some more sock needles, and my local yarn store had these. I was like, okay, those will work well. We'll pick some up. I quite enjoyed working with them. Only thing is, I find the join is not as smooth as, say, for example, on the Chow Goose, especially for the first round. But I still find them enjoyable to work with. I like the cable. The cable is actually quite nice. Yeah, I think I still prefer the Chow Goose, but these are pretty good. These are 2.2. Blah, blah. I can't speak apparently. 2.25mm knitting needles. Yes, there we go. The words came out of my mouth. That was good. But as I said, probably will change to 2x2 rib, so might start that one again. I was just following the Crazy Sock Ladies Vanilla Socks and Magic Loop pattern, but I wonder if I give Andrea Mowry's DRK Everyday Socks a try, because they're rib socks. So I might give those a go. We'll see. I haven't decided. And lastly, in a very, very cute basket, this is using my Yarn Therapy Winter Solstice Advent that I had in May. Yes, May and June. June. Started in June. I am making the ADVENTuresome wrap by Ambah O'Brien. Show you all the colours. That's the main colour. This is High Twist, which I really enjoy working with. And there's a look at some of the colours. I don't want it to all fall out at you. So pretty. Much like with the others, haven't done too much on it. I started it yesterday or the day before. So yeah, I'm working on the first section. But I'm enjoying it. That's what it looks like at the moment. So it's got slip stitches. That looks real funny. So I have to fix that. But yeah, I've only done a few rows on it, but I'm enjoying it. I'm using 3.75mm needles. I'm using my Lickers again. And I'm not putting it in a project bag. It's living in this little basket, which I actually think is really cute. I picked this basket up, I think, beginning of this year from Hello Banana, which is like not quite a $2 shop, but kind of like a $2 shop, or a pound shop, or I don't know what it's called in America, but yeah, one of those kinds of shops. But I actually really like how it looks with the project in there. I think it looks really cool. So that is all my whips. So I'm going to talk about the MKAL. I am still going on it. I'm not finished. But this is your warning. If you are knitting the Stephen West Twist and Turns MKAL and you do not want any spoilers for clues 1, 2, 3 or 4, because I am on clue 4, now is the time to look away. Cool. I'll put a note in the bottom again of when you can look back. So ready? Okay, everyone should have gone now. Got it down here because I was working on it before I recorded this. Right way up preferably. This is what I got so far. And then the other side, these stitches are still on hold, and thing. Makes a lot more sense now as to what this was for. If you watched last week's podcast, I was really confused about this. Because it kind of, to me, just looks like, you know, like the ties on your bathrobe. I was really confused. Makes a lot more sense now because we're attaching it. So, yeah. Again, I guess I should just trust the process. But I was very proud of myself because last week I actually finished the clue a day early. Now, granted, I didn't do the optional I-cord bit here because I just like my cables the way they are. So I didn't put the I-cords in. I just chose not to. So probably if I had chosen to do that, I would have still been like a day late or something. But instead I was a day early. But then for some reason this bit's taking me forever. I'm enjoying it though. It was really nice and meditative. But it's for some reason taking me a long time. Just like doing the stripes and attaching this. But really enjoying it. I haven't seen the finished object yet. I haven't skipped to the video because I don't want spoilers. And so I'll be interested to see what happens because I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, cool. I know what this yellowy, like for me, mine is like golden yellow, but like this accent color strip, I know what it is now. But even then, this looks very long, like wide, but short. And I don't know about that. I know there is going to be another bit because I did look forward to the pattern a little bit. We do something down here, I think, but I don't know. Again, as I learnt last week, I'm just going to trust the process because it will make sense in the end, hopefully. But I am enjoying it though. I'll say about my yarns. These are all Mamawooling on her Plush fingering base. This was an MKAL kit that she dyed up. The colours are, this pink one is Comfort. This yellowy golden colour is, why did I forget? I had it last week. It shouldn't be that hard. I can't remember. Why? My accent colour, this whitish, creamish kind of colour with the speckles is Sugar. I don't. No, it's like, I think it's an autumn colourway. I can't remember. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh, that's irritating. It's like it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't. Oh well, I can't remember. That's frustrating. So yeah, I'm really enjoying these colours together. I think they look really nice. I'm glad I picked this kit. Definitely more my colour scheme. Like, I've seen some really cool ones, but like, for example, like, I mean, it's amazing that he comes up with these sorts of things, but some of Stephen's colour choices just are not personally my taste. This is definitely more down my alley. So yeah, good fun. Hoping to finish it this week, but we're at the end of the MKAL, so I'm a little bit late. It's alright. Plus, at the end of the day, there's no rush or race anyway. We just chug along at our own pace. There's just me wanting to try and avoid as many spoilers as I can. And yes, I could completely avoid Instagram, but I seem to find that really hard to do for some reason, which is probably something I need to deal with, but that's a work in progress, that one. Anyway, oops, yarn roll away. Okay, if you turned away, you can look back now. Let's have a drink. I do not have any acquisitions this week. Oh, kind of. I do and I don't. I do, but I can't show you what it looks like. Aside from this. This is my cast on calendar from Mamawooling. It has arrived, but I haven't opened it because it's not December. But yes. This arrived yesterday, but I can't open like the packaging and stuff yet. Tempting, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna wait until December 1st. So yeah, that's the only acquisition, I guess, this week is my cast on calendar, which is currently living in a box. So yeah, that is all of the yarny content for this week. So if that's what you wanted to see, and you're not really interested in the chatter part, thank you for joining me this week. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great week. If you do want to stick around, I don't have too much chatter this week. I don't really think I have any at all. But we'll have a little bit of a chatter section. Section. Chatter section. Blah. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied today. So, this week, pretty normal week aside from the fact that I seem to be absolutely exhausted, and despite it being a short week, felt like it went on forever. I don't get the logic in that. It's so confusing. But yes, I am struggling with being really tired, and so I'm probably going to go back to the doctor at some point and just ask them to make sure that everything is all fine, because it's quite annoying. I constantly have to have a nap, and as lovely as naps are, they're great, but the fact that I pretty much need to have one every day, and like not just a power nap, it ends up being more of a sleep. It is affecting what I'm able to do during the day, so it's rather annoying. And so probably gonna get that checked out. We think maybe just my iron levels are off again, because I have had that in the past, which if that is the case, hopefully that's an easy fix and they can give me some iron tablets and I'll be on my way. But we'll just go and get it checked out just in case. Aside from that, it's warming up a lot here. I don't know what it is like for the rest of the country, but yeah, we're feeling pretty warm. As soon as I finish podcasting, the heat pump is going back on because I can feel the warmth. I don't have a particularly big house, so it's just, the heat is just circulating, which is great in the summer. I mean, great in the winter, not so great in the summer because it heats up real quick. I'll get home from work and I have to open up all the windows and it's still like boiling. Not quite at that point yet, but we're getting close. We're getting close. So like I might need to start changing out our duvet to comforters soon because our duvet's getting a little bit too warm. It feels way too early to do that, but it's coming into that time of year now. We are in November on Tuesday, so yeah. I think, I'm trying to think, is there anything I need to update you guys on? No, I don't think so. I think that's it really. Yeah, aside from being tired, it's been a pretty good week. Went back to life group, and we tried to go to church this morning, but because of the weather, everyone decided to drive, which meant that we couldn't get a car park. So then we turned around, come back home, and we watched it at home. But I'm planning on going tonight, so that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. And then it will be Monday and back to work for another week. So I'm going to go. I'm going to knit a bit, put the heat pump back on. Not heat pump, the air conditioner. Does both, but yeah, the air conditioner. And probably have a shower. And just relax and also finish cleaning up my house. Because that also needs doing. So yeah, whatever you are doing this week, I hope that it brings you some joy. I hope you're able to make some time for something that makes you happy. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye!